Hello, welcome to the Soulprint Weekly Pick Your Crystal reading for the week of January 9th through the 15th. Wow, look, we're almost in the middle of January, and you know what that means? It means spring cannot be all that far behind. Okay. Of course, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, in which case you're probably really enjoying an amazing summer. Okay, so here we go. I digress. So, for this week's readings, we have a beautiful green. It's a soft, sort of marbleized green. It's very pretty. This is a moonstone. Lovely, lovely. And this is a beautiful sky blue. Okay, so take a moment and see which crystal resonates with you. It might be one, it might be two, it might be all three. Just take a moment and see which crystal is calling out to you. Alrighty, and here we go. Let's get started. Let's start with the beautiful green. Clear that out of the space. Alrighty, here we go. You have the Nine of Swords. You have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Alrighty, so let's take a look at what story is being told here. Hold on here. Let's get this sort of centered right. Okay. So this is because you have the Three Pentacles here, but it starts off with the Nine of Swords. It's talking about a feeling as if there is worry, there is anxiety, fear, perhaps pertaining to either a financial situation, a feeling of your own personal security, whether maybe, you're wondering if it's time for you to move, maybe you can't afford where you're living. But the message is twofold. One, the message is understand that the fear, while it might have some basis in reality, is being amplified by your own state of worry, agitation, anxiety. Because the rest of the message is actually very short and very clear. It says, with the help of friends or by relying on a skill set you have mastered, something you're really good at. Maybe there's something that you do as a hobby, and you can come up with a way to turn that into a paying hobby. Or perhaps you talk to somebody you know about kind of what you're looking for or what you feel you need at this point in your life, and they know somebody who can then help you. So this is about recognizing that there is really a feeling of sort of just real financial kind of anxiety here. And I'm not dismissing it, but what I'm saying is that sometimes when we're worried about something, the worry itself can turn this into a much bigger emotional response than we need to have, because of course our emotions create, they go towards creating the environment we live in, right? So you're being reassured that there really is help there for you. The universe has not abandoned you. The universe is simply asking that you push aside some of the worry and start looking at ways to create a new energy and a new environment around what you're looking for, whether that is, as I said, turning a hobby into a paying hobby, talking to somebody who might be able to help you. Perhaps it's time for you to seek the advice of a financial advisor. Perhaps you need to touch base with a lawyer and see what's going on with a certain situation. The Knight of Pentacles tells you that there's going to be good financial news coming your way, or news about a way to see a way to see clearly through this. So if you literally look at the four cards, this is about Worry and anxiety is being amplified. The help is there for you. You're going to receive news of that help coming forward, and that puts you in the Nine of Pentacles position, which is that position of, independence, wealth, security, and stability. And I want to add this, sometimes in the hustle and bustle of life, sometimes with all of the pressures, etc., we forget to remember that having enough for the moment we're in is abundance. A lot of us have sort of fallen into that headset or that space where, I don't know, maybe it's, from media, maybe it's from television, maybe, I don't know, but where we really believe that if we don't have, hundreds of thousands of dollars at our immediate disposal, we have nothing. As long as your needs for this month, tomorrow, are taken care of, trust that the divine universe will continue to shower abundance down on you when you put yourself in a headspace where you realize that you are simply always deserving of your divine inheritance. You are always deserving of emotional, physical security. And you are going to use this energy to move yourself to a place where you are able to achieve a sense of security, a sense of being able to move forward in a way that brings you much more confidence and clarity. So, stop worrying and, look around and see if there are some avenues to help create some of that sort of financial security, safety, and abundance that perhaps you haven't thought about yet. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Fool. Okay, so what do we have here? The Queen of Swords. So swords are about your thoughts. It is about your ambitions. It is about action, a call to action. And with the Queen, it is about a softer sort of way to feel that energy. It is about, confidence. It is about being reassured. It's about being organized in an intellectual way, about viewing issues, concerns, problems in a way that has that balance. And you're being reminded that these are attributes you have. These are abilities in your tool chest. These are things you know how to do and be and feel. And the reason you're being reminded of that is because there seems to be it's like a wish. It's like something that you want to achieve or accomplish or move forward with. And you are reluctant to do so You are hesitating to make a wish, to have a plan, to chart a way forward that brings you closer and closer to what it is you want to achieve. The Nine of Cups is a wish card. You are being asked to utilize the attributes of the Queen of Swords and Queen of Swords, and make that wish. Come to that place where you really are ready to stop being so reluctant to look at the big picture. You really stop being so reluctant or hesitate for wishing for or looking for something better and brighter. This is followed by the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups is very, very often that card that denotes celebration. It can be family gatherings. It can be, sort of a girls' night out kind of energy. And it's followed by the Fool. So the message here is really fluid and encouraging and clear. Take your strengths. Look at your strengths. Focus on them. Figure out where you want to go with them. Create a wish. Create a plan. Create a road forward. Knowing that you not only have support around you, but there is cause for celebration. There is happiness that it can come as a result of taking these two things and putting them into place. And the Fool, of course, it's a brand new beginning. It's a new start. It is a wonderful time to envision those dreams because you're being told that you have the power and the energy to make it so. The Fool is that energy of sort of, kind of plugging your nose and diving in, okay? But with the Queen balancing it out, it's not reckless. It is sort of logical and methodical and well thought out. But it appears that what is sort of holding you in place is a reluctance to do the things or make the changes or just have the faith and the trust to make that wish, to make that dream into a reality where there is celebrations and where it creates actually a new beginning for you going forward. Maybe you're frightened that if you make the wish, it's going to be reckless. You're being irresponsible. You're not being, mature. But the Queen of Swords sort of guarantees that you have that kind of stability and that intellect and that organization. You have those skills. So maybe it might be time for you to make that wish and take that leap of faith. And see where it takes you. Alrighty. And this beautiful blue stone. Got a really interesting shape to it. Kind of looks a little bit like a boomerang. But I really like the energy of it. Okay, here we go. King of Wands. Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Okay, so I'm just going to reverse these cards because they read this way. This way. Sorry, I'm not usually quite so scattered. It must be the new year energy, and I'm, still finding my rhythm here, it looks like. All right, here we go. So this, again, is a situation where there seems to be a fair bit of worry and anxiety. It is a feeling, actually, of being trapped. It is a feeling of not being able to see the way clearly. Perhaps you have received some news or information, or you are worried about receiving some news or information pertaining to a financial matter, pertaining to, it might be a legal matter, it might be, just resources. It could be something as simple as waiting on money that hasn't arrived yet. And it's causing in you a sense of having to just hold really tight to the resources you have, because there is this fear or worry that they're not going to kind of be there for you when you need them tomorrow or the day after. The King of Wands is sort of assuring you that there is absolutely no reason to be this sort of upset or scared or not able to move forward, because the King of Wands is talking to you about communications of influence, of maturity, communications of stability, of hearing the news you want to hear. So the energy of this is really, you're worrying, and while no one is saying that you don't have the right to worry, there is a sense that you are sort of tangling yourself up in fears. You have a way out. You are not blind, and you are not being held in place by ropes and ties. And in fact, the swords don't even surround you. So you simply could step forward from this mental place you're in and move into a place where there is a greater sense of kind of control. The Page of Pentacles is going to bring news of money, and that is going to allow you to find a sense of security and confidence. The Four of Pentacles is often about hanging on, but the Four, hanging on to what you have, that sort of miserly energy. But the Four of Pentacles also represents that your feet are firmly planted on your security. You have some in your hands, and you have some coming to you from the divine. And the the King of Wands wants you to realize that all is not lost. The situation is not hopeless. It is not over. It is not finished. It is simply readying itself to move forward, to take you from the place that you're in right now, which feels really scary for some of you, or really hampered, kind of like you're just not quite sure which way to go. But you're being assured that in fact there is a way forward, and that way forward is going to make itself known to you in a way that is going to allow you to kind of take a deep breath, shake off the rope, lift up the blinders, and simply step forward and out of the emotional worry or anxiety that you're in right now. So this really is a card of hope. It is a card of, the picture is not as bleak as you think it is. In fact, the picture is going to move in a way that takes you to a much better place and space. Okay, so there we have our reading for the week of January 9th through the 15th. Enjoy your week. Thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that every week when these are released, you get notified. Until next week, take care. Bye-bye.